Hello to all the world of chiropractors out there, right? Hopefully you guys are rocking and rolling. I want to ask you guys a question. Think about this. You go to a meeting and you're sitting in on the meeting. Maybe it's a planning board at a town, or in this case, a city, because you're putting up a skyscraper. And some people walk in and say, hey, I want to build a skyscraper. And they're like, great, okay, you're going to build a skyscraper. And they're like, yeah. Well, what's it going to look like? Well, it's going to be tall, and it's going to have a lot of windows, and the board's like, okay, well, what about, like how tall is it going to be? How many floors is it going to be? How big is it going to be? Well, it's going to be like, so big and so much. Great. Well, who are you going to hire to build it? Well, I don't know. I'm talking to a couple of builders over here. So you meet up with a couple of builders and like, what are you going to build? Well, I'm going to build a skyscraper. Well, how tall is it going to be? How many windows? What's the parking going to be? How do they enter the parking lot? By what street? What are we going to do with heating? What are we going to do with electric? How much concrete are we going to use? How many 2x4s and how much steel and how much electric? And, how much of everything are we going to use? Well, I don't know. Well, why don't you know? Because I don't have a plan. I don't have an architect. I don't have somebody who designed it. So the likelihood, how do you build it? You don't build a skyscraper. You don't build a skyscraper without an architect. And what the point is you don't build something beautiful and tall, a vision that's going to reach to the freaking sky. You don't build it without a plan. You don't build it without structure. You don't build it without a design, right? With intentions. Why? Because in that design, you can figure it out. You can say, hey, listen, this is how much I'm going to have, and this is what I'm going to do, and this is how they come in, and this is where they go out, and this is what I'm going to do, and this is how much steel I need to order, and this is how many windows I need to order, and I know how much things are going to cost because I've designed it, and I have a plan. You follow me? And I say this out of the greatest degree of love, but I look at our profession as a whole, and, maybe this rings true with you listening. Maybe it doesn't. But the majority of docs don't have a plan. What most docs do is we wing it. We go to the office, hey, I went to a chiropractor, or I'm going to go to, an event at the state association, or I'm going to go to a big event, and I'm going to take some notes, and then, I like that idea. Oh, I like that. I like that window, and I like that parking lot, and I like that. But, it becomes this mishmash of a disaster, right? And you can't grow your office beyond a certain level. You're going to hit a capacity. You will literally run into a wall in your ability to grow because you don't have an architectural plan of your practice. You don't. So when you look at my office, quickly, right? And I'm in my office, I'm on a break right now. So, you're going to see that everything is thought out. So when you walk into my office, right, and you're coming through the front door and you're coming up here to the front, like you're checking in right here, right? And you're doing a self-check-in. You're grabbing room numbers. Guess what? Here's the bathroom. There's the wall with kids. Here's where we adjust children right in front. Show them, hey, day one, we adjust babies. Kids got to be under care. There's my checkup. These are the tables where we adjust people. They get adjusted, then they leave. Then they check out here, right? Now, we got the COVID thing, so we got to do our social distancing. But normally I got 35, 40 chairs right in the hallway. I've got everything laid out. You'll notice here, and I say this out of love, guys. You'll know this. Look, you see how I've got a room to do a checkup and an adjustment here? And then I've got a room on the other end to do a checkup and adjustment there? See, that's not an accident. See, that's an architectural plan. Why? Because when I adjust a series of people, right? I don't mean to give you a headache. See all the tables I got here, right? So when I'm adjusting, right, and I'm going down here, what am I going to do? It's efficient. I'm done, and I'm going to go in this room. Then I'm going to do a checkup, right? They're going to get adjusted. You got to have a table in your checkup room. Then I'm going to walk them up front. You follow what I mean? Like everything's laid out. They're laying down when they walk in. You see here, they self-check in. that beautiful practice member that we love. They get out of gravity, they lay down, get ready for the adjustment. When I come down the hall, I got 4 people, sometimes 7, depending on how many rooms I'm using. Everybody's laying down, right? Right? Look at that. That's a good sign right there, right? There's a lot of face paper in there. You with me? So that means a lot of people are getting adjusted, and a lot of people are getting care, and a lot of people are getting taken care of. How can I see a lot of people? How can I take care of masses of people? Why? Because I have a plan. I have a plan, and it's a plan I've been perfecting for 30 years. I'm coming into my 30th year of practice. 30 years. And I've probably adjusted, most of the people I talk to that know me and do the numbers say, geez, you probably adjusted more people than almost anybody that's ever practiced. Whether that's accurate or not, I've adjusted a lot, I can assure you. And I've been very successful at it. And I say that humbly because I didn't start off that way. But I want to share something with you guys. Who do you want to hire as your architect for your practice, for your business? Who do you want to hire? Somebody who's done it? Somebody who's still doing it? Right? Somebody who still loves coming in the office, taking care of people? Is that the architect you want to hire? Because listen, I can tell you what computer system you need. I can tell you what phone system to get. I can tell you how many computers you're going to need. I can tell you exactly how big that room needs to be by the inches and how high a wall needs to be for a T-bar. Mine are all on wheels, by the way. I can wheel them out and have a big conference in here if we want, right? I can tell you everything about exactly how many feet you need for a chair in a hallway. I can tell you the script. I can share with you what you want on your walls and what to say, and more importantly, what not to say, and how to architect your day of how many days do we meet with somebody before you help them and lead them to understand when we talk about subluxation and how we talk about subluxation. So we're not, if you will, and I say this with love, we're not vomiting all over people and saying, this is everything. It's an overload for them. How do you piecemeal them because they walk into your practice and they're 50 years of age and they don't know the chiropractic story? You can't unload War and Peace, the book War and Peace. You can't unload the book of War and Peace on them in day one. It's too much for them to digest. And how do you handle people that don't want to go on a care plan? And how do you handle people that do want to go on a care plan? And how do you lead people to understand about bringing their family in? Listen, you want to build a skyscraper. You want to build something beautiful and gorgeous and something that's going to live on beyond you and something that's going to be a legacy for you. My advice would be to hire a very experienced architect. And, I'm putting myself out there. That's who I am. That's what I bring to your office. I bring you a plan. I bring you a structure. I bring you a system that's reproducible. And coupled with that, I'm going to bring you inspiration. I'm going to bring you science. I'm going to create some clarity. I'm going to get you fired up and excited about going to the office every day and making a change in every single person you take care of. That's what I do. That's what Chiropassion Consulting is about. That's why I go to the office every day and still love adjusting people. And that's why I spend Tuesdays all day and Fridays on calls with docs, helping them out, leading them so that they can go to their highest point. I got some docs that are seeing, I just had a doc, he built a $3 million building. He's been with me for 10 years. He just had his busiest year last year. He's growing every single year. So you might be one of those docs say, listen, I'm doing well and I want to do better. You might be a doc just starting out in practice, like, holy shit, I don't even know, where to buy paper clips, right? Or you might be another doc that's out there saying, you know what? I've been at it for a while. I feel a little bit sluggish. I feel like, man, I don't have my pizzazz. I feel stuck. I'm not progressing. I don't know who to hire and what to do. Listen, there's a lot of people out there. Maybe I'm not your guy. Maybe I don't resonate with you. But I'm going to tell you right now, if you want to run a low overhead practice, if you want to run a practice where you see families and take care of mom, dad, and the kids, if you want to run a practice where 90% of the people you're taking care of are coming in because it's good for them and you don't want to listen to sciatica, all day long. Some of you do, that's fine. But if you're looking to grow that practice, if the word subluxation doesn't offend you, okay? If the idea that, hey, getting adjusted is good for you and makes sense to you and you would like to share that, if you're looking for better ways to communicate, if you're looking for better ways to be efficient, if you're looking for ways so I'm not in the office till 10 o'clock at night and I can put a great amount of time and hard work in my office, but I can spend time with my family and have weekends with my family and have great relationships and take some great trips and enjoy myself, and at the same time come to the office on Monday and really love and embrace the idea of coming in. Boy, I'll tell you, I got to ask you a question. Why aren't you in our group? Why are you not part of Chiropassion Consulting? That's the question I ask you guys. Because I'll tell you what, you call up any client we got, I'll give you the list. You can talk to anybody that I coach, anybody that's part of our program. I've got docs that have been with us for 10 years. And they're not with me for 10 years if they're not seeing value. They're not with me for 10 years if they're not growing. We're not a flash in the pan. I'm not Mr. High-End Sales. I'm not somebody that's going to give you a bunch of bullshit. I'm the real deal. I'm still at it, still doing it, still loving it, still doing it at the highest level. One of the highest volume docs on the planet. Still love coming in and hammering it and love taking care of people. And I'll tell you, I would be a great architect to hire for your practice. Question is, are you ready and you have the desire to build a beautiful, tall, gorgeous skyscraper? And if you are, if you do, if that's what you're looking for, that tall, beautiful skyscraper, boy, join our group, be part of Chiropassion. So guys, hit the link above, hit the link below. You can reach out to me. You can message me directly. I'll give you a call. You can hit the link on my website and you can set yourself up for a coaching call with me, no charge. I'd love to hear your story, hear what's going on. Love to, everyone's got a story, right? Let us know, hey, what's going good? What isn't going good? Where can we work on your practice? Where can we make things better? And I'll tell you the other beautiful part of our program is the docs in it. I mean, we have just, and I say wonderful, I don't mean that as a cliche, just wonderful, warm, good, honest, decent people, human beings, people that you'd want to be around, people that you'd be proud to be a colleague with. And we're all growing together. We're all serving each other. We got our Facebook page that we get on. I'm telling you, those docs, you put something out there, you're going to have 20, 30 out of 100 docs. They're going to just immediately respond, try to help you, try to elevate you, try to inspire you, work through those issues. I tell you, that's probably the best part. That's certainly been the best part of me for my experience as far as being a coach, is the friendships that I've made, certainly over the last 10 years of being in chiropassion, just having those relationships. It's just been such an honor. So love and appreciate you guys. Listen, if we resonate with you, love to have you part of the program. Hit the link above, below, and join Chiropassion Consulting today. Talk to you guys soon.